Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. A technician brought this phone in while I was on my live few days ago and told me that he has worked on this phone but the backlight is not responding. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to repair this problem. All right, so guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you watch this whole video because you are going to learn a lot from this video. If you follow this step, you'll be able to repair any phone that has light issue or light problem. Okay, so powering on this phone, there is no picture, there is no light. All right, there is no light. I'm feeling the PCB to see if the PCB is warm, and it is warm. Okay, that means the phone is working. So now the first thing we need to do is to verify the problem, verifying that the phone is having backlight issue, right? That the phone is switching on for real. So we're going to remove this reflector from the back of the screen, and I'm going to tell you what we are going to do. All right, so now we have to disassemble the phone, and we are about to test if the phone is really having backlight issue or not. So guys, I'm going to power on this phone right now, and we are going to put a torch light. We're going to put the light manually to the screen to see if it's really on. Just follow my instructions. As you can see, the light is not working for real, and as you can see, Infinix is showing but it's not showing the light. All right, the second thing is to do physical inspection, and physical inspection is to inspect the PCB itself to look for what is not right, burnt components, popped out capacitors or whatsoever. All right, and as you can see from what I'm seeing here, the technician that I told you about has removed the shield from here, and he has peeled out a lot of parts away from here. So all right, the next thing we are going to do is identify the light section, and this area I'm pointing at is the light section. So if you don't know the light section, you can use your schematic tool, right, to identify the light sections. Okay, so now we have the diode, we have the light IC right there, we have the boost coil, we have capacitor and resistors right there. All right, we are going to take readings around that light section. We are going to take reading for short. So you put your multimeter on diode mode, you put the red probe on ground, and use the black probe to test both sides of the capacitors, the resistors and diodes. All right, so testing these two capacitors, they are reading well. Another one right on top here is also reading properly. Testing both sides is reading very well. All right, this diode, we have to read this diode. Okay, this diode is very important. You take from the left hand side, you take the reading of this diode, and it's reading properly, 0.5 voltage drop. And we have to take the reading of the other side of the diode as well, to take reading and see if it's shorted to the ground, and the diode is not shorted to the ground. So the next thing we are going to do is to use our schematic tool for guideline. Okay, so remember the products of this phone is Infinix Hot 10i, which is also X659. So it is very important. You can also get the model from the casing of the phone. Okay, so we are going to go to our schematic tool. All right, I'm using Borneo schematic tool. I'm going to go straight to Hot 10i. All right, and click. What I'm looking for is the guideline. Okay, is the guideline. So but here on this model, there is no guideline for this particular model on my tool. So what I'm going to do is to check for other models and look for the guidelines so that I can use it to fix my own problem. I can apply it, so you can also do that as well. All right, so checking the first model here, I think this one is Hot 10 schematic, and this one is having guideline. This is the diode, that's the boost coil, and that's the light IC over there. So this leg goes, the first leg on the light IC goes straight to the screen connector right here. Okay, so if you use your multimeter to read that part and it's not working, that means you need to close the circuit. And also here the diode line, you can see that's light emitting diode LCM. Okay, if you don't know anything about diode or how to read diode, I have a video about that on my YouTube channel. And the line is coming straight to the first pin on that LCD connector right there. Okay, so that means there is a continuity from the edge of that diode right to the first pin of the LCD connector. Now let's check another model to see if it's the same pin. All right, if these guidelines work the same. This is the boost coil, this is the light IC, this is diode. All right, the diode has a line right there which continues to the capacitor, right to this small capacitor right here. And as you can see, light emitting diode LCM, that's LCM means screen. Okay, so right from the negative terminal of that diode straight, the line goes straight. That means there must be a closed circuit right from that diode straight. All right, there must be a closed circuit right from that diode straight to the first pin. This one is also giving us the first pin, all right, for that diode. All right, so and you remember the first one we checked also from the diode, there is a continuity right to the first pin of the LCD connector. So now we are going to identify open circuit. All right, and we are going to start with the diode. All right, we are starting with the diode. So now remember, the diode has the negative terminal and the positive terminal, and the diode is always allowing current to flow in one direction. So once current flows into the diode in one direction, the current does not flow back. Check my video, I'm going to put it in the link down below. And reading the diode is giving us 0.5 voltage drop. So if this diode is connected to the first pin of the screen, that means the screen reading must also be 0.5 voltage drop as well. Okay, so I'm going to take reading. Red probe on ground, your multimeter on diode mode, and we're going to take reading of the first pin of the LCM connector, and it's not giving any reading. There is no reading at all, guys. So that means there is an open circuit. So I'm going to trace it. Right, there is a continuity from that LCM to, there is a power that connected to that side. So I'm going to, instead of so we are going to make a jumper from this first pin, okay, right to that diode. That's the first problem we realize. So we are going to make that open circuit a closed circuit. Okay, as there is an extension of that first pin leg on the, there is a pad that extended from that first pin to the PCB. So that's where I'm going to be jumping. I'm going to show you very soon. Okay, so I'm making the jumper from here. We are making the jumper to make a closed circuit because there's supposed to be a closed circuit, but there is an open circuit. This might be because of those parts that they were peeled out. So after closing this circuit, we are going to take reading. If it reads properly, we are going to test the phone to see if it's working. Okay, as I'm reading now, I'm taking readings now, and that's 0.5 voltage drop. Now the circuit is closed and is okay. Now this is the connection from the first pin leading to that pad over there. So we are going to test. So it's coming from that LCM right to the negative terminal of that screen connector. So the next process is to verify. So if this doesn't work, we are going to read other components as well to see if there is open circuit. And voila, the phone is working properly and the light is back. The light is back, guys. Come on, hit that like button for this amazing results. And guys, if you have any question regarding what you have watched in this video, please make sure you leave it in the comment section below, guys. I really appreciate all your comments. So the next thing to do is to secure the jumper wire with curing oil and UV light. Okay, the curing oil will help you after you have made the jumper to help you to properly package the wire so that when they put it into the frame, the jumper wire doesn't cut off. Okay, so this secures the jumper wire. All right, so guys, if you have any question, like I said, please leave it in the comment section below. All right, I really appreciate you. And if you want me to teach you how to use this UV light and the curing oil, please leave it in the comment section. I'm going to see you in my next video. Peace.